Hello Aquarius, my name is Paul and this is Dove and Serpent Tarot. And this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And if there is anything you need me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Right? And remember, Aquarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we begin with a 9 of Swords. Okay? So what that means, first of all, is that we're gonna need to do a positive affirmation. Okay? We're gonna pause the reading right here. And we're going to pull out the language of flowers. Anytime we get a 3, a 5, a 7, 8, 9 of Swords, we're going to do an affirmation card. Because I feel right away that there is some cruelty in your life. There are some doubts. There are some put downs. There are some negative energy being directed at you, maybe from you, right? Some questioning, some self-doubt. So let's do this affirmation card. The anemone, optimism. Look up and look brightly. I think that's quite appropriate for right now. Let's put this all into some context, okay? I think we need a little optimism. So let's see what the other cards will provide for us. Well, I like this already. We have a 10 and a 10. And we have Empress and the Lovers. Very interesting. Very interesting. See, we got more of that Swords energy. More of the Swords here. This tells me that, yeah, there's some mental stress right now, right? That you're kind of locked up about something. But let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. And this is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We're just going to set it right here. We'll put Mr. Tao, the yin-yang duck, right there on top of that. And we're not going to look at that card until the end, okay? But we are doing something different, something more interactive. If at any point during the reading you get an idea, a sense, a feeling of what that card is, I want you to type it into the comment section down below. Trying to see if we can collectively raise our vibrations, tap into our intuition, start discerning this mystery card together, okay? But first, let's look at what we have. 2 major arcana energies. Big spiritual energies here, the Empress and the Lovers. Very, very nice energy. To me, this is very comforting. It's very nurturing. It's very loving and supportive. And this is what we want, right? We have fire. We've got water. We've got a heck of a lot of air. And then we've got a little bit of earth at the end. So I like the fire and the water and the earth, but it's the air that kind of needs to get a move on. We need to clear the air, so to speak, right? We need to release the mental stress that we see here. We need a little bit of optimism. Just right away looking at these energies, what I feel is that there's a lingering conflict, maybe a lingering, not a secret, but the idea that you have something to tell somebody, but it's just, there's not the right time, you don't know how to do it, it's just like you don't know if you should, perhaps, right? Or maybe it's the opposite way. Maybe somebody has something like that that they need to share with you. There's something unspoken here. And I think the longer it remains unspoken, the more damage it's doing. It could be that we really feel that, hey, if I tell this person the truth, it's going to hurt them. Well, it's going to hurt you if you don't. It may hurt them worse if you don't. Right? So we need some optimism, like the anemone says. We need the optimism to to tell us, to reassure us, to give us the comfort and the, the consolation kind of the Empress and the Lovers, to say, look, your heart is in the right place. What you feel and what you want, what you desire is in the right place. Okay? But your mind is not ready to deal with that, to accept that. Okay? We have an Empress, obviously, in the position here of, I don't think it's so much the past. I think that this is, this could represent the past. Maybe this was a situation involving a maternal figure, right? This is kind of a card of the motherly, maternal energy. And perhaps the Lover's energy here, perhaps this is a card about the children, maybe, right? Or the family in general. But this is kind of the matriarch energy. And it could be that there's something that we're not talking about regarding this past. Okay, because with the Empress card, I get a real feeling of nurturing, of taking care of, maybe being the caregiver. And maybe this was you in this role. Okay, it could be. But there was this feeling of really taking care of others. Right? I think more than one other. But something, even with the Lover's card, because the Lover's card, it rules the sign of Gemini. Right? In Gemini, it's all about the sword. It's all about the splitting the one into two. So there's something, I think, that maybe happened in the past that is still causing a split. It's a wedge in the family, right? It could be friends. I mean, maybe this is coworker stuff. I don't know. I don't feel that it has much to do with coworkers or anything. It feels family related. But it feels like we're kind of exhausted by it. Here's the Ten of Wands down beneath everything. Inside, we're tired of it. We're tired of the split. We're tired of the conflict, the animosity. We're tired of this lingering air issue, this unspoken, the elephant in the room. We're tired of it, right? We want to get on with things. We have goals. We have stuff to do, right? We have the Knight of Pentacles up here. So the anemone says optimism. Look up and look brightly. Look up. We see a 10 of Cups. This is replacing all of this fatigue and conflict and fighting, this division, all of this very harsh energy. Look up. Replace it with the 10 of Cups. Your heart is in the right place. What you want, what you aspire to is the 10 of Cups. And we have to look at this. Don't focus on what's negative about the situation. Don't focus on what's wrong. Don't focus on the past, really. Focus on what's above. Focus on the future. Focus on what we aspire to. And that might be to bring these divided elements back together. Okay? It might be to reunite these people, forces, maybe the kids, whatever it is, to bring these people back together. Okay? A reuniting of this energy. This has to be a choice. Okay? And it's the choice that we need to make to really clear the air. I feel like we're going to need to do a lot of these affirmation cards today. We're trying to foster this reconnection, right? Trying to foster this reconnection. And I think there is this difficulty with us communicating our 10 of Cups desires, maybe because, we don't like confrontation. Maybe we're worried that it's going to come out wrong. We got a 5 of Swords and a 7 of Swords. We need to do some more affirmation cards. Let's do the first one now. And this is for the 5 of Swords. And I feel like we have this Really, the optimism needs to be here because this is the negative internal dialogue. This is the pessimism here with the Five of Swords. We're not confident that our efforts to communicate will work, will be received well, and it's just kind of, it's almost like we don't even want to try, right? And that's our general energy. We need to fix that. Sweet Alyssum, clarity. Bright paths of understanding will open. So before we can communicate effectively, we need clarity. We need to understand the bright path to that Ten of Cups, to the real jackpot, what we really, really want. We have to have clarity. We have to understand how to get there. So the five of Wands, it's typically like this, right? It's an inverted pentagram here. And it is really, the weight of the situation is kind of soul-crushing, right? We see the point right there, the crown, the spirit, is underneath all of that other weight. It's buried. It's concealed by this situation. What we need to do through our intention, through our efforts of looking up, being optimism, striving for clarity, we need to bring that spiritual energy back on top. We need to let spirit take the wheel. Let our own intuition and spirit guide us. Trust in ourselves, trust in spirit, that the words will come. Right? And if we listen to this affirmation card, the Sweet Alyssum, we have the bright path of understanding as this central sword. But it's beset by many dangers. Those other daggers around that ace. So the ace is that straight shot to this perfect, clear understanding. This is the communication that really, this is you able to speak from the heart and penetrate to the heart of the other people involved and resolve this situation absolutely beautifully and skillfully and wonderfully, right? So we gotta go from doubt. I like the way the images line up. I hope you can see it. When we turn this five of swords around, we turn that fifth point, the point of spirit, pointed up. It becomes this ace of swords here, and if we can get through this gauntlet of these doubts, this could be just the naysayers around us, this could be the arguments. If we stick to our path and we communicate from the heart, from our spirit, then this path, and it gets narrower and narrow. By the time we get to the end, well, we're going to be just kind of balancing on the head of a pin right there. The closer we get to success, the more careful you must be. But then we get to the 6. We succeed in this. All right, so Spirit is showing that you can do this. You can manifest this wonderful Ten of Cups. This is like the real jackpot. This is real. This is the kind of wealth that you want, the kind of joy that you want. It's almost like you want nothing more than just this lover's energy. You want this reunion, right? And we can get to it, but of course we have all of this air energy. Even the 6 of Swords is in the position of what we don't want, right? So this is the idea that we can speak from the heart and connect with others. Through our communication, we can connect with their heart, right? Soul to soul communication. But we're afraid of failing. We're afraid of falling off the tip of this sword here and failing in our task, right? But I think not trying is going to hurt more than trying and failing. Which reminds me, we've got to do another affirmation card for that 7. Because the 7 is the opposition. It's kind of the It's the feeling that it doesn't matter what you do, no one's going to hear you, no one's going to listen, everybody's going to disagree, everyone's going to have some kind of a counterpoint to whatever you're trying to say. It's almost that there's too much opposition here, and it makes the effort not even worth it, right? The camellia, peace, be calm, and calm will come. So if you are walking this tightrope communication, and you start listening to all the audience yelling at you and whatever they do in these situations, if you let that pressure, if you let that chaos get to you, you're going to fall right off of that high wire. We need peace. We need to be calm. It doesn't matter if everybody else is getting upset and yelling at you. Stay calm. Don't get upset. Don't yell back. Right? It's how I try to deal with my daughter sometimes, right? She's yelling at me, she's getting upset, and she wants something, and unfortunately, I have to say no. We can't have, candy right before bed or something. And she'll yell and yell and yell, and I try my best to stay calm. I know that I'm on a delicate, a very fine, very thin tightrope here, and I've got to be as calm as possible so I can stay on course and get her to accept the answer that I've given, and we can go to bed. And it kind of is like that, and sometimes I think it's funny to use the analogies of dealing with children, but sometimes adults in our life can seem like children, right? Sometimes we can seem like children. It just happens. It's the way of the world, I guess. But I feel like if we can stay calm and we can stay on track, not let the yelling get to us, not yet let the insults really affect us, we can get to the Six of Swords. And this is beautiful communication. This is you being able to express what you want, what your heart wants. You're able to speak from the heart and connect with their heart. And this to me really should be the goal. This should be the final card. But we've got some earth energy here, and this is interesting to me because it's the only earth card we have. And it's the Knight of Pentacles. It's fire of earth. So it has vision. It has plans. It has something it wants in the future. It's almost now that we're able to reconcile this energy, clear the air, so to speak, whatever exactly is going on. It's almost like now we can see out into the distance. Maybe with all of this air, we couldn't really see very far into the future. But now that the smoke has cleared, the fog has cleared, now we can see what's in the distance. Now we can see a future. And maybe this is the real jackpot, to have this kind of vision, to have hope now for the long term. Think of all the things we're going to do now, right? Think of all of the things we can manifest. And this is as if now your vision doesn't just stop at right here in front of your face. Now we can see for miles. We can see for years, right? And maybe this is the real win, to have the prospect of a future like available, to be able to see what it could be. This might be the real win. But we have the mystery card too. Let's not forget about the mystery card. This is the point of the reading where I'm going to ask you to try to connect with these energies. All right, we had a lot of affirmation cards, optimism, clarity, and peace. Be calm, and the calm will come. Well, this is pretty calm here. The Six of Swords. That's as calm as it can get. So with the mystery card, you can pause the video if you want, but I want you to type your answers into the comment section. Let's try to raise our vibrations. Let's raise our consciousness. Let's try to get above all of this air energy and see kind of what is coming down the line, right? What is it that the Knight of Pentacles sees in the future? What does that landscape look like to you? What is the prospect out there, right? Because now we're getting past this obstacle. Now there's a whole new vista of possibilities, right? We can really see the landscape now. I think this may be a 9 or a 10 of Pentacles. I'll let you take another look. I think 9 or 10 of Pentacles. I think well, what I really want is another major arcana. So we had 1, 2. We need our trinity of major arcana cards, right? Because the trinity is the unity. I feel like that's what we need. We need one more. It's almost like you plus these other elements, people, forces, whatever. You plus them equals what? Equals what? The world or the universe, maybe. Maybe fortune, maybe the wheel of fortune. Success, you know. Maybe the star. Maybe we'll get your power card. I'm thinking fortune, though. Okay, here we go. Man, I really should start playing the lottery. Wheel of Fortune, yes. That is what we see out here. We see the ability to create whatever kind of success we want. This is like a buried treasure, you know. That was always out there. We always wanted to get it. This is like the jackpot. This is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. We always knew it was out there, but we just couldn't get our group of people, we couldn't get our gang organized to go out and get it. But now we have a real shot at this. And maybe this is something specific to you. Maybe you already know what this is. To me, this is telling us that, hey, it's time for us to go out on this adventure and find our treasure. It's out there waiting for us. And now, clear this mess out of the way. We can go get it. This is the real jackpot. This is the real jackpot. And the Wheel of Fortune is all about timing. It's the cosmic wristwatch. You know, this is Spirit saying, hey, it's time for you to get past this air stuff. Whatever this elephant in the room is, it's time. It's past time. The only time better than the present is yesterday, right? So Spirit is saying that you plus this equals this, and it's time to do this now. All of this other stuff is unnecessary. We don't need any of this. We don't even need that. All we need is you plus this to go get this. This other stuff is just a distraction. It's just a waste of energy. It's exhausting. It's fatiguing you. You know, but we've got to do it. We've got to get it taken care of so that we can go out in search of our fortune and glory. I like that very much. We're going to do an extended. I'm going to clean this up. We're going to do an extended. If you want to stick around, click either above or below in the video description. New readings for Aquarius every Monday and Thursday at 6 a.m. Chicago time. I want to thank you for watching this video all the way through until the end. I really appreciate that. Helps out with the algorithm, you know. And Aquarius, I want you to remember that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we are all in this together.